Here's the Fortunate Tramp, Chapter 22. Tom didn't think badly about giving up his old address. It wasn't exactly a major crime. He then found a comfy chair and leafed through the pages. The beauty and wisdom of the words filled his soul, and he drank their wisdom like wine. He left the library with a bounce in his step. He was beginning to feel like a poet himself. As he wandered down the leafy streets, he noticed a pounding sound behind him. He turned to look and he saw a small black dog following him, with its tongue hanging out and a silly smile on its face. He tried to shoo it away, but it just stopped for a moment and then followed him happily. It made him chuckle how persistent the dog was. "Oh, come on then," he said, "follow me if you want." And the little thing did all the way to the church. It was a little Jack Russell, so he decided to call him Jack. He didn't have much food spare, so he opened a packet of crisps and placed them in his open hand. Jack jumped. Holy Moses. Jack jumped up to him and on the bench and nibbled at the crisps. The vinegar odour was driving him crazy, and his soft tongue dabbed at it nervously. His tongue tickled his palm, and it was a funny sight to behold. Tom wished he had a camera. He laughed for the first time in months, and when he looked at Jack, he seemed to be laughing too. He was panting and nodding his head furiously. It was impossible not to pat his head and give him a little stroke. Tom had found a new friend. He held his paw in his hand and felt its rough texture. It felt like he had walked a rough road himself. They had a lot more in common than he expected. Time and again he jumped up for the crisps. He loved them. He should be at the circus, Tom thought. Every now and again he shook his head as the vinegar tickled his tongue. It was wonderful to see. There was a church service that evening, and he decided to take Jack with him. After he had devoured the crisps, he poured him some Coca-Cola. Jack lapped at it like mad. He must be very thirsty, thought Tom sadly. It may not have been a great meal for most dogs, but Jack didn't seem to mind. He sat on the hard church pew waiting for the service to begin. To Tom's surprise, Jack didn't jump about, and he lay politely next to him, with his head on his thigh, occasionally looking up at him, doe-eyed.